one thing we might want to talk about too, because I know I do this quite often, is getting people to understand the impact of one financial decision related to another. Not really figuring out that all of these pieces are a giant puzzle, in essence, to your financial picture. I mean, something as simple as your auto insurance could have a direct impact on your total financial picture, because you don't have things maybe structured the way that is to your benefit versus the insurance company's benefit. There's just things like that we can talk about. You know, I don't even know if you have this understanding, just very quickly. Do you have a liability policy?
You mean like an umbrella policy?
Yep.
No.
Do you know how they work and why they're important?
Yeah, I actually had one with my for my other business.
But not for yourself.
No.
Why?
No, I haven't done that, but I need to.
That is a perfect example of what I've run into my entire career.
Yeah.
Especially those that are entrepreneurs and are business owners. They are taking care of their business and they're not doing the same thing for their personal life. When you said you had that for your business, why in the world, you know, if you sit back and think about it for a moment, why wouldn't you have that for yourself? Here's why. Because if you, I'm going to give you just a simple, your son, you were just talking about this, that he had to go to court, right? That was for a speeding ticket.
Yeah.
Or let's pretend for a moment that wasn't just a speeding act situation. He was speeding that resulted in an accident, and it's his fault. Does he fall under your onus right now? Are you responsible for that accident, even though you're not the one driving the car?
Yes.
Because you're the owner of the car and the owner of the policy that protects the car, right?
Right.
If someone is hurt and injured in that, I mean, this is just a basic example, because this happens every single day throughout the country. That results in an accident. That accident results in an injury. Not your son, but the person that he hit. That person's hurt. So your insurance has got to pick up not only replacing the vehicle or fixing the vehicle, but possibly medically that person needed assistance in the hospital, and your insurance got to cover the medical costs as well. You have what are called deductibles, right?
Right.
On your policy. So you're responsible for X amount of dollars in terms of that deductible. And then I don't know what your coverages are. Let's just say, for example, you have a $250,000 liability, comprehensive. It might even be 100. I don't know how yours is set up. So how that works, your insurance company is only on the hook for that amount of money. Period. So if that injury results in a death, who's responsible? Who do you think they're coming after? They're coming after you. You think that hurt? So when we talk about life insurance, think about this for a moment, because you're in this world. Have you ever heard what someone's value, what someone's life is worth when it comes to a life insurance policy and what you're eligible to get, and what you qualify for from an insurance company? They do what's called a human life value. These are the actuaries that do these kind of things, that figure out this person's worth based on what their age is, their job, their income, their family structure, if they're married and have children, all has an impact. If that person passes away and as a result of an accident someone else caused, they're then going to award, as a civil case, there's going to be money awarded to that family based on that accident. The insurance company is going to simply come there. You're going to get an attorney that the insurance company is going to provide. This is how this works, man. I've seen it more and more and more. It's crazy. They're going to have an attorney that's going to come to you and say, well, it's nice to meet you. Here's your $250,000, because that's all they're liable for. They're only at risk for $250,000. If you're being sued for $1 million because that person was a young individual with a young family, they're suing you for $1 to $2 million. Is that MasterCard or Visa to you? You don't have that asset, right? You can't pull that money out of a hat. So the problem is they now will attach wages. This is what happens. This is the life. They attach your wages because you don't have that money to pay for. They're going to take everything you've got, possibly your house, your vehicles, any assets that you have to go towards that. And then they're going to set up a payment structure where they're going to attach your wages to that. The umbrella policy now takes the risk off of you and puts it back on the insurance company. So if you have $1 million umbrella, that million goes on top of the 250 you already have. So you're now covered for 1.25, not $250,000. So do you think in that situation, the insurance company with their attorney is going to come to you and say, here's $1.25 million. Here's the check. You give it to them? Absolutely not. They have so much more invested in that situation now that they're going to sit down. They're going to try to fight that and try to get that reduced because they don't want to come up with that kind of money.
You mean they're going to do their job?
Yes, we do not transfer enough risk to someone else. We impose way too much risk on ourselves in daily life. These are the kind of conversations that I have with everybody. I'm not just looking at one piece of their, when I say this is a puzzle, I'm not looking at one piece and saying, okay, you have a 401k that you need to move because you've left your job. Let's do that. That might be what I have the conversation of, like you and I have said in the past. Do what they are asking you for. Meet their need now.